The Salamander Room by Ann Mazer, illustrated by Steve Johnson. Brian found a salamander in the woods. It was a little orange salamander that crawled through the dry leaves of the forest floor. The salamander was warm and cozy in the boy's hand. "Come live with me," Brian said. He took the salamander home. "Where will he sleep?" his mother asked. "I'll make him a salamander bed to sleep in. I'll cover him with leaves that are all fresh and green, and bring moss that looks like little stars to be a pillow for his head. And I'll bring crickets to sing him to sleep and bullfrogs to tell him good night stories. And when he wakes up, where will he play? I'll carpet my room with shiny, wet leaves and water them so he can slide around and play. I'll bring tree stumps into my room so he can climb up the bark and sun himself on top. And I'll bring boulders that he can creep over. He will miss his friends in the forest. Well, I'll bring him salamander friends to play with him. They will be hungry. How will you feed them? I'll bring insects to live in my room, and every day I'll catch some and feed the salamanders, and I'll make little pools of water on top of the boulders so they can drink water whenever they're thirsty. The insects will multiply, and soon there will be bugs and insects everywhere. Well, I'll find birds to eat the extra bugs and insects, and the bullfrogs will eat them too. Where will the birds and bullfrogs live? Well, I'll bring trees for the birds to roost in and make ponds for the frogs. But birds need to fly. Well, we can lift off the ceiling and they'll sail out in the sky, but they'll come back to my room when it's time for dinner because they'll know that the biggest, juiciest insects are there. But the trees, how will they grow? Well, the rain will come through the open roof and the sun too. And vines will creep up the walls of my room and ferns will grow under my bed. And there'll be big white mushrooms and moss like little stars growing around the tree stumps that the salamanders can climb on. And you? Where will you sleep? I'll sleep on a bed under the stars with the moon shining through the green leaves of the trees, and owls will hoot and crickets will sing, and next to me on the boulder with its head resting on soft moss, the salamander will sleep. The end.